today I'll read it to you. And this story is called Generous Me. And it tells us on the, and again, Mrs. Balk, I don't know where you are, but I'm assuming you're somewhere near the cover. And it tells us that there's somebody that wrote the book and somebody that drew the pictures for the book. When they say it's illustrated by, that's the person that drew the pictures. Have any of you written a story before? Have you written a whole book?
Oh, no.
Did you? But I bet, will they this year, Mrs. Balk, write a whole book?
Hopefully.
Hopefully, that'll be awesome. And maybe draw all the pictures for the book?
Yes.
Yeah? So maybe, go ahead.
They love to draw.
Good. So somebody got to draw all the pictures for this book and somebody else wrote the story for the book. Okay, and so we have, I don't have that page open. So in this case, sorry, for Generous Me, it was written by Mary Pearson, and I'm afraid I can't see who the illustrator was. I can't quite get to the bottom on my copy.
It says illustrated by Gary Krejca, Krjca.
Great. Cool. So we're going to start the book now then. About being generous. My sister whines and whines. She says it isn't fair. She tattles to my mom that I refuse to share. Does sharing have something to do with being generous?
Yeah.
I think it does.
Some mixed reviews.
There are lots of things that I would give her, all for free. Things she could have if she wouldn't bother me. I would give her my broccoli.
How many of you like broccoli?
No hands are raised. Yes, I like broccoli. Mrs. Balk, do you like broccoli?
With cheese.
With cheese. There are ways that broccoli can be very, very good. So we could share our broccoli if that was good. My carrots and my sprouts. How about carrots and sprouts? What kind of sprouts are they talking about when they say sprouts? Did I hear that?
Sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
They said, what are sprouts?
Oh, how about Brussels sprouts? Do you know what those are?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have, okay, there in the front. Is that Addison that's saying yes? Do you have a garden at home, Addison?
No.
No? Do you eat a lot of vegetables at home?
Yeah.
Yes. So some of us do. Some of us eat different things. Some of us eat a lot of vegetables and some of us don't eat a whole lot, so we don't see them. Oh, she'd also share mom's wet, mushy kisses.
Ew.
And all my timeouts. So how's this sounding so far with her being generous? You think she's pretty generous so far?
Yeah.
What? Aiden, can you talk up just a little bit?
Yeah.
Do you think she's being generous?
Yeah.
Are these good things she's sharing? Her broccoli and her timeouts and big mushy kisses. Well, let's see. Maybe she'll share some more stuff. Oh, here's another good one to share. The warts on my elbow. Do we want to share that? Do I see a hand raised? Is that Bailey? Is that Bailey's hand?
No.
No, who is in the red shirt?
Olivia.
Olivia. Did you have your hand raised?
Yeah. What does generous mean?
Does that no?
She said, what does generous mean?
Oh. What does generous mean? who has an idea of what generous means? It's a big word. It's a hard one to read. Aiden,
Thankful.
Thankful.
say it again.
Thankful.
He said thankful.
Thankful. We are very thankful when somebody is generous. Do you know anybody that really they share very kindly? If you needed something, you know that they would let you have that, or they would share that with you. Do you know anybody like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That they kind, and so that's an example of them being generous, that they're willing to share what they have just because they're kind, they're going to share that. Do you think that's a good thing to be generous?
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing to be. Okay, now hold it. Now you're next to Olivia. So is that Bailey next to Olivia with a hand raised? Or is this McCormick?
That's McCormick. He's just stretching.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we've shared the warts on my elbow, so I'm going to go to the next page. I'm not so sure sharing the warts on my elbow is such a generous thing to do. I'm not so sure about that. Oops, and I skipped a page. I could share my homework or my chores. If I shared my chores, what would that mean? What would that be? Would that be generous if I let you do my chores for me?
She's obvious helping, I think.
I'm going to have to.
So Aiden, if you said that you were going to share your chores with Isaac, if you were sharing your chores, would you be helping Isaac?
No, Isaac would be helping me.
Isaac would be helping you.
Isaac would be helping you, yeah.
Isaac's my cousin.
But would you be being generous? Would you be giving him something if you were giving him your chores? You're like, oh, I'm so nice. I'm going to give you my chores, okay?
No.
I'm going to give you all my yucky vegetables that I don't like. I'm going to give you my warts on my elbow.
Ew.
Are they being, is she being caring? Is she?
No.
Oh.
Why would you share your homework?
Why would you share your homework?
How would you? That's not weird, because you're supposed to do the homework.
Yep, you are supposed to do your homework.
Because you need help, then ask.
Yeah.
Don't just give it to them just to do it.
Yes, Miss Bailey.
And don't show homework because your little sister is too little and she might not know what you're working on.
That's true. Your little sister may not know what you're working on.
So that's a really good point, that any of these things, I mean, it could be that I have a chore that somebody would like to help me with. Could I have a chore that is really fun to do? Do you have any chores that are fun to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a chore that's really super fun to do? Yes, Aiden.
Toilet.
Cleaning the toilet?
Well,
I hate chores. I hate chores.
what's another? So somebody's hand in the back, that is is that Bailey way in the back there? Back from me? Bailey, what chore is fun?
My fun chores is mopping the floor and listening to music. Wow.
Mopping the floors?
And listening to music at the same time.
Oh, and sometimes if it's a chore that's really fun like that, it might be really nice and really fun for a friend to do that with you. And the friend might really enjoy it. And that would be generous. I'm going to share this time with you. I'm going to let you do this. And that's an interesting one too, because that's my youngest daughter always did the mopping. That was her chore until she was a teenager, was doing the mopping. That's what she liked to do. Did I see another? Is that McCormick? Or is that just a wiggle? Is that another chore?
Do you have a chore, McCormick?
I like to make my bed.
You like to make.
Oh, yes. So having somebody else help you make the bed, sharing your chore, could that be generous?
Yeah.
It could be generous. It could be generous, and maybe they're going to help you make the bed and you're going to help them make the bed, and then that makes it easier for everybody.
Yeah.
So it could be. And did we also, also see the hand, Holy? Oh, that's, is that Olivia?
Yep.
Yes. Olivia?
I like making my own cereal.
Making your own cereal.
And it would, do you have younger sisters and brothers, Olivia?
Yeah, I have one brother and one sister.
And I didn't hear that, I'm sorry.
One brother and one sister.
Are they younger than you?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
my brother is one.
5.
So, yes. So do you ever fix their cereal for them?
I never did before.
No, you've never done before?
Yeah, but I did. My dad asked for milk with ice and we had it.
Oh, so you helped your dad with getting
Yeah.
him a cup of milk with ice.
Yeah.
My family.
So that's that helping, all that helping that we're talking about, that's being generous. Having somebody else do it for you because you didn't want to do it, that's not necessarily generous. One more question, then we'll finish the story, and that's, oh, I have to remember who that is back in the corner. It's Bailey, right?
Yep.
Yes, go ahead, Bailey.
I like making my own oatmeal in the morning. I put hot water in it and mix it up.
So
Cool.
making your own oatmeal, do you think that helps your folks when you make your own, if you make your own breakfast, do you think that helps your folks in the morning?
Yeah, I do it. I make it for my sister too.
Yeah, I bet that does. So it's generous. It's nice that you're doing that. Okay, let's finish this story. We're at doing chores, moving on from doing chores. So, I could also share, and when I'm grounded, the staying indoors. So if I'm being, did I skip a page there?
No, you're good.
Okay, sorry, my Kindle is only barely handling this. And when I'm grounded, the staying indoors. It's been really nice being outdoors so much these last couple days. Next page. I could share my broken nightlight or other broken toys. I don't know if that's generous again. No. I could share the scab on my chin. I'm not so sure that that's generous again.
No.
Whoa. Whoa.
What are those? Slugs.
Oh. Or okay, who just said that? Who wants to read this page for us? Raise your hand. Somebody just saw the slugs.
Bailey, read it for us.
Bailey, read it for us.
My wet, slimy slugs in the old rusty tin.
Oh, that was good reading. Thanks, Bailey. That's great. So she could share those. I don't know that I want them.
Gross.
So she says I won't share, and it just isn't true. But maybe she doesn't quite understand what being generous is, right? Maybe she doesn't. Maybe being generous means that I'm really doing it to be nice and not to have you do something else. Why, only last week I gave her the flu. Also not generous. I heard you talking about COVID in there this morning. Somebody said something about that, right? That's a flu, right?
That was Mrs.
Yep.
Wolf.
You're paying a lot of attention to not share that. You're paying a lot of attention. So that's our story for today.